Who shot ya? Oh, we finally found out. After what, 27 years? Duane Keefe D. Davis. Alright, okay, good night. Take care, everyone. I've been Don Constant. No, I'm joking. Former Tupac Shakur investigator Greg Caden says the arrest of the murder suspect, Duane Keefe D. Davis, took so long because he gave them more evidence every time he spoke. So they really wanted to nail this down over the course of... How long were you doing this investigation? Bro, like, I was still in diapers when Tupac got shot, and I'm a big fan of Tupac's music. I think that the guy was a genius, and quite possibly right at the top. He's probably on the rap Mount Rushmore, justifiably so. In regards to Biggie, we could kind of have that conversation. Okay, 1996 was, and then, Biggie on my 7th birthday ended up getting shot and killed in Vegas? Same place, right? Yeah, Vegas. But yes, it took 27 years to arrest Duane Davis, Keefe D, for the murder of Tupac Shakur because it kept building their case for him. A retired LAPD cop has claimed. The former Crips gang leader was charged on Friday. Crips? Interesting. Didn't Snoop used to be like an actual Crip? Weird. Huh. Anyways, 1996 drive-by shooting that left the influential rapper fatally injured on the Las Vegas Boulevard. Friends of the hip-hop star have demanded to know why it took so long to bring charges when Davis was repeatedly boasted of his involvement on podcasts, interviews, and even a memoir. Well, yeah, they wanted to go ahead and nail it down, okay? This isn't like those idiots that think, oh, that guy's self-snitching in one of his records. No, it's a little bit more detailed than that. He can go out there and continue to say, yeah, I was there that night. If they can't actually pin him down, he can go ahead and run off at the mouth. So that's why this investigation took too long, but these people are probably too high to realize that. Perhaps what they are doing was saying, he's already tied the noose, now let's let him hang himself. I said Greg Kading, who previously investigated Shakur's killing. You didn't just say it twice, you didn't just say it 5 times, so now you've got this complication of so many confessions, he added. Fair enough. The perception is that it's going to be hard for him at this point to say, hey, I was just kind of boasting, making stuff up. Yeah, probably because he has a litany of records that just kind of show he's being very consistent on his statements, and well, they can finally put him at the location. Davis, 60, has claimed he told police as long ago as 2009 that he was in the Cadillac from which the bullets were fired. In the 2019 tell-all memoir, Compton Street Legend, he wrote they promised they would share the indictment and they would shred the indictment, and stop the grand jury if I helped them out. That's interesting. If he can go ahead and back that up, that'll probably get him off the charges, but chances are that probably doesn't end up sticking. Kading confirmed the account, telling CNN, we knew about Davis all the way back from his initial confession to law enforcement. Sorry, what? We sat him down back in 2009, and he confessed to his role in the murder along with another co-conspirator. He had a proffer agreement, so we couldn't utilize that information that he was providing against him. Oh, okay, so he just didn't understand his situation. It's like, yeah, I told him all the shit about how I killed Tupac. It's like, you fucking idiot, okay? Just what you had in the proffer. That's just like what Bill Cosby got off with before, okay? He had a proffer under indictment. Under seal, as guaranteed by the district attorney, and, well, they ended up reneging on that deal, and eventually, after a long enough period of time, the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania ended up overturning that, so they're going to have to go ahead and walk a very fine line, because if this is the guy that did end up killing off 90s gangster rap, well, he's got some explaining to do. I wonder what else he knows about, like, the Biggie shooting as well. Then he began to go out and publicly boast about his involvement in the murder. See, that's what happens. If you do some shady shit, here's a little expert information. Don't fucking be braggadocious about it, you tard. And that led to law enforcement in Las Vegas taking another look at his claims, and ultimately, he talked himself right into jail. What a fucking idiot. Shakur, 25, who was in a BMW driven by Death Row Records founder, Suge Knight, and a convoy of about 10 cars waiting at a red light when a white Cadillac pulled up next to him, and then gunfire erupted. He was shot multiple times, reportedly in revenge for the previous assault on Davis's nephew, Orlando Anderson. Yeah, man, this is a very famous case, and I'm kind of glad, hopefully, there's finally closure on this, because, yeah, like I said, 90s gangster rap, especially Pac, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, okay, all of the guys out west, there's never been, like, an East Coast rap fan, okay, that was just always too fucking annoying, okay. I prefer G-Funk, okay, that's just more my speed, okay, nothing against that, still have Biggie records and all that stuff, you know, like Wu-Tang, 36 Chambers, even though it is whatever, right? It's not the first thing that I'd reach for, but if it's, if it's on, I'm not going to turn it off, but I'm also not going to search any of that stuff out. I'd much rather listen to Warren G or something like that, okay? To me, I haven't been a big fan of hip hop whenever Jay-Z took over. Like, I know, the super old head when it comes to hip hop. I like what I like, and if you don't like what I like, well, go fuck yourself, okay? But of course, a lot of people are going to be chiming in on this. Obviously, Shakur's brother, but the less you know about Tupac's family, the more you'll probably like Tupac, because there's a lot of creepy people associated with the Shakur family. Like his aunt or something is still on the FBI's most wanted list for capping a Fed. Yeah, she fled to Cuba back in like the 80s or some shit like that. She's on the FBI's most wanted list. Okay, but this will finally give a lot of people closure on this stuff. Probably people who have suspected this shit for a long time. And yeah, now if you can focus on Biggie, okay, yeah, March 9th, 1997 was when he got shot. And hopefully you guys can, figure that shit out, because it also happened in the same neighborhood anyways. Outside of the, what was that, the Source Awards? I think it was the Source Awards. Notorious is a really good biography, by the way. I remember watching that. I think they did one on Tupac, but didn't get around to watching that. But yo, man, everybody's going to be chiming in, and especially if this court case ends up getting televised, it's going to be big business, that's for sure. And I'll be paying attention to it because, like I said, fan and all that stuff. Okay, but somebody else who has chimed in on this, Jada Pinkett Smith, okay, who, if you guys recall, wrote love letters not that long ago to Tupac about how she would reach climax without even having to touch herself at the thought of old Tupac. Like, this bitch has been alpha widowed since 1996 and still had the audacity to ruin the career of Will Smith, but I'm not going to go ahead and take him off the hook because that dumbass decided to wife up that hoe. You make your bed, you better lie, that's stupid. But Jada Pinkett Smith hopes to get some answers in the 1996 murder of her friend. He definitely hit, by the way, 1000%, Tupac Shakur, after police arrest a suspect in Las Vegas. The actress and advocate, the home-wrecking trifling whore, hopes the arrest of the suspect will solve the mystery and the murdered her friend Tupac. The Red Table Talk host, no, that shit's over. Okay, the former podcaster, failed actress, took to her Instagram stories to share her wishes, writing, "Now I hope we can get some answers and have some closure." After the news was announced, she completed, the thought with R.I.P. Pac, yes, followed by a dove emoji, because this needs to be all about her. How do you take a legendary murder potentially being solved and make it about you? Just ask Jada Pinkett Smith, the Matrix Resurrection star. Yo, imagine that being your biggest credential. The third Matrix film. At least it's not the fourth Matrix film. You could do worse, but, well, probably what you're most famous for is ruining Will Smith's career. And if you were around long enough, probably ruining Tupac's. But I suppose Keefe D ended up saving you from a fate of being hip-hop's Yoko. Oh no, it was the first day and he came over to me and introduced himself. The girls' trip star. What is this crap? Definitely from looking at him, wasn't necessarily the type of cat that I would have even dealt with. Yeah, because you thought you were hot shit, and Tupac, for as immense of his talent was, his stature wasn't quite as immense. He was a short fellow. But as soon as he approached me, he was like a magnet. Yeah, he got that game. Like, he got that legendary all-time game. She described the charisma of the Soul Train Music Award. He won more than a fucking Soul Train Music Award, for Christ's sakes. Once you paid attention to him, he kind of sucked you in. Pause. And we hit it off from that moment. The Queen Cleopatra... Running out of credits for you. Okay, cool. So yeah, the Cleopatra, the one that was completely bombed by everybody, not just by racist bigot fans or history fans online, but also by critics. Nobody liked that shit. Told Howard Stern, oh my god, well, cucks of a feather, right? The two shared a kiss once, but decided that they would be better off as friends. Yeah, a kiss. I'm sure your genitals kissed together. That's probably what it was. Okay. When you have two young people that have very strong feelings, but there was no physical chemistry between us at all. Should we pull up the letter? This is what this absolute brainlet, okay, who said that, what was it? We just kissed once and that was it? No physical connection? All right, bet. You are the omega of my heart, the foundation for my conception of love. When I think about what a black woman should be, it's you that I first think of. You will never fully understand how deeply my heart feels for you. I worry that we will grow apart and I'll end up losing you. You bring me to climax without sex, and you do it all without a regal grace. You are my heart. Oh, yeah, you are my heart in human form, a friend I could never replace. You bring me to climax without sex. All right, fantastic. Just truly sounds like a plutonic relationship if I've ever heard one. But yeah, man, by potentially taking a bullet, he ended up dodging a bullet. Thank God, well, the hip-hop community can finally get closure. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.